Hi friends, good morning and happy spring. I love the springtime. Maybe it's because I'm an April baby, but I just feel like my soul is returning to my body. It has been warm enough lately that I've been having iced drinks in the morning. Lots of matcha lattes. Now this is the brand of matcha I usually buy because it's pretty affordable, still tastes really good, but I finally treated myself to some nicer matcha. I got it from Rocky's and I've heard great things about Rocky's matcha and I really like it. But if you have any favorite matcha brands that I should try out, please let me know. Now, I just made some blueberry syrup that I'm gonna add to my matcha lattes. I like to do about 3 grams of matcha. Just sift that through. And I'll pour in about 2 ounces of water. And this is heated between 165, 170. And we're just whisking in a zigzag formation until you have really fine foam on top. Then you can kind of whisk across the top to break some of those larger bubbles up. Now a couple tablespoons of our blueberry syrup. I have some fun spherical ice, optional. I like quite a bit of ice. Now I'm forever a soy milk girly, so I like to do 6 ounces of this. All right, here it is. I know it looks huge, but remember I put a ton of ice. I'm so excited. No exaggeration, this is so good. Last year I made strawberry matchas. This is 10 times better. The blueberry is so fresh. You need to insert that meme from Bridesmaids, like, that is fresh. Eric's not as much of a matcha girly as I am, but. Did you get some of the blueberry from the bottom? It's kind of like jammy. There's like if you like boba, you know, like.
I was gonna say it's like boba.
Something you have to chew on. It is so good. The blueberry flavor is intense.
I can mess with that.
Wow, that is so good. Okay, hopefully there's no blueberry skins in my teeth right now, but I'm in a very springtime mood today, so I really want to make a carrot cake loaf. I'm gonna take my recipe for zucchini bread and see if I can adapt it using carrots, and I'm gonna add like a cream cheese icing. Very excited.
Oh yeah! So if you don't know what Sniffspot is, it's basically a program where people can rent out parts of their property and you can bring your dog and they can run around and smell all the smells. And in Colorado, we're really lucky because a lot of people have a lot of open land to share.
Yeah, look at all this. Do you know how many acres this is?
I think this is only 1 acre.
We went with our friends to one that was a lavender farm that was like 3 acres. It was incredible. You're gonna sleep so much tonight. Leela! Hi! Woo! Hi! We're back from the sniff spot. Leela had so much fun. She's gonna be exhausted tonight. This carrot cake bread came out really well. I love the cream cheese icing. We already dug into it as you can see, but now I'm curious as to your opinions about what belongs in a carrot cake, because I haven't made one in a long time, but I always used to add crushed pineapple and pecans or walnuts and coconut flakes. I know some people add raisins too. I feel like I don't love raisins in baked goods, but I'm curious what you think are the proper add-ins for carrot cake. Now for lunch, I picked up some ingredients to make like a springtime couscous salad. I've got pearl couscous and some spring veggies, some snap peas. Leela loves these, by the way. Radishes. I'm obsessed with radishes. Love anything like peppery and crunchy. I also got some fresh mint, some pistachios, and then these vegan feta crumbles that I love putting in like every single salad. And I think I'm gonna make like a lemony champagne vinaigrette. So it should be really tasty. You guys know I love making big salads that have tons of different flavors and textural elements. So I'm excited for this one. Now I'm just giving the pearl couscous a little toast in some olive oil before we add in the liquid. The couscous has some really nice color to it, so we can go ahead and add in our water or vegetable broth. This is simmering over low heat, so I'm going to cover this and let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. While we wait for our couscous to cook, I would love to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Ritual. They're a brand that I've worked with many times, and I'm always happy to recommend them because Eric and I have been genuinely using their supplements for years. There are two products I've especially been loving lately. The first one is Synbiotic Plus. I take gut health very seriously, and the more I learn about it, the more I realize how much it affects everything else in the body and brain. The Synbiotic Plus is a 3-in-1 prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic all in one capsule. The prebiotics feed the good bacteria, and the postbiotics support your gut lining. They come as these minty capsules that you take once a day, any time of day, no refrigeration needed. And it's a subscription, so I never run out, which is honestly half the battle for me when it comes to supplements. Ritual's Magnesium Plus is a newer addition for me. I don't know if you've heard of the Sleepy Girl mocktail trend online. It's basically a mix of tart cherry juice and magnesium for sleep. And that's basically what this is in powder form. You just mix it into water before bed. We've been drinking it almost every night, and I actually do notice a difference on the nights I forget. It really just helps me to wind down at the end of the day, and it's also great for muscle recovery. What I love about Ritual as a brand is how transparent they are. They show you exactly what's in their products and where their ingredients come from, which matters a lot to me. If you'd like to try out Ritual for yourself, you can use the link in the description box to get 25% off your first order, and I will also have that linked in the comments. Thank you so much to Ritual for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to our spring cooking. Good morning, guys. We are driving up to Fort Collins this morning to do a little bit of shopping. They have a Trader Joe's there. We don't have one in our town, so I'm excited to browse. We're gonna stop for coffee on the way at what used to be our favorite coffee shop back when we lived in Fort Collins a couple years ago. And then I've convinced Eric to take me to, what's it called? World Market. I love to browse their seasonal decor.
I don't need that much convincing. I like World Market too.
And then we do have a joke though, every time I take him somewhere that he doesn't necessarily want to look at anything like Ulta or Sephora or World Market, he will always start texting Conscious Chris. He'll be texting about sports. He's just like following me like on his phone. So maybe he'll text Conscious Chris. And then lastly, we're gonna stop at Barnes & Noble. I wanna see if they have the tartine bread cookbook in stock. Can someone please tell me if your male partner also feels the need to always back into parking spots?
I can get out so much more easily now.
He needs an escape route. Okay, we picked up a few cute things at World Market we'll show you later. Shockingly, not a single outbound text to Conscious Chris.
Texted some other people though.
He's doing business. Okay, we're headed to Trader Joe's. Speaking of Conscious Chris, he and Jasmine at Sweet Simple Vegan have a series of Trader Joe's taste tests on their YouTube channel. And Chris always does the lazy Trader Joe's meals on Instagram. So I was kind of binge watching those yesterday to get some ideas as to what I should look for at Trader Joe's, because I feel like it's kind of overstimulating in there. And I wanted a list so I could get in, get out.
Also, we're literally driving by our old house in Fort Collins, and I'm a little emotional.
I know, I love this place.
God.
It's very nice.
Bye.
Our old house. Okay guys, we made it home, but before we do a Trader Joe's haul, I gotta eat something. We're hangry, okay?
Hold on. She is hangry. I'm hungry.
I'm freaking out.
I drove home. I was eyes on the road.
Okay, we stopped at Cava. What did I get? Greens and grains bowl, super greens, saffron rice, falafel, tomatoes, cucumbers, Kalamata olives, harissa, eggplant dip, and shug. I think that's everything. Yours is probably pretty similar.
We get very different stuff, actually, I was thinking.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. What'd you get?
I don't know. I got some rice and greens and falafel and corn and avocado. You know when you're like super hungry and everything looks like a cartoonish like piece of meat? Mm-hmm. That's what this looks. I'm just
actually, I don't know what you mean, but... Okay, I've refueled, so I'm going to show you what we picked up from Trader Joe's. Keep in mind, I shop for most of our necessities at other grocery stores, so everything we get at Trader Joe's, it's usually like snacks, frozen stuff, novelties, just stuff for fun. Beefless bulgogi, chickenless mandarin orange morsels. Both of these we love keeping on hand just for those nights when we don't really want to cook. We just heat up some rice, broccoli, call it a night. Trader Joe's has lots of Korean options nowadays, so Eric loves these jjimukbap rice balls. They also have the beefless bulgogi in them. Then some kimbap. Fresh is better, but this is just a nice, quick and easy option to have on hand. All these other frozen things, I believe I've never tried before. Teriyaki mushroom mini bao buns, roti with Thai red curry. So it's these little flatbreads and then curry for dipping. Sri Lankan curry and rice. Also, I love how clearly things are labeled vegan at Trader Joe's. Steamed soup dumplings. I knew that Trader Joe's had soup dumplings, but I don't think I knew they had vegan ones. I could be wrong. And then this, I was really excited to look for. These are onion flowers. I think they're like mini bloomin' onions. They're battered and deep fried whole onions. So I'm gonna air fry these and I'm really excited. Maybe we'll try these later on in the video. So those are all the frozen goodies. A couple more things. I always pick up a few cartons of their soy milk because it's just 2 ingredients. It's soybeans and water. So I really like using these to bake with, like when I make vegan milk bread. These wheat noodles, I love for noodle stir fries. They have a lot of protein, 10 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber per package. Eric loves their vegetarian chili. It's got like TVP in there. So it's giving beefy chili. I picked up a lentil soup because I'm trying to eat more beans and lentils for the fiber. And then they have crispy garlic, crispy jalapenos, crispy shallots. I don't know what I'm going to use these for, but I just wanted them. And then these little hold the cone waffle cone tips filled with dark chocolate. Sounds incredible. We didn't film in the bookstore, but I did find the 15th anniversary copy of the Tartine Bread Book. I've wanted this book for years. I kind of cut myself off from buying cookbooks because I tend to buy them and not use them. And I have a lot of bread cookbooks, but there's something about this one. I've really just been wanting to master the Tartine country loaf. And I've tried to follow tutorials from people on YouTube, but I just haven't executed it to the standard that I want. And this book has tons of photos. And hopefully that helps me like really nail the process. I mean, so many photos. So I'm excited about that. Okay, and then we have one more errand to run today. For years, I've been begging Eric to try to grow potatoes, and I think he's finally gonna try to do it this spring. So he has a friend who works for a garden supply company. We're gonna drive to their warehouse and pick up some seed potatoes from them. I really hope that we do a good job because historically, we haven't done so well in the garden. But if you have any potato growing tips, please let us know. We'll document the whole saga, and hopefully in the fall, we'll have some potatoes to harvest.
All right, let's see these taters.
You want some taters?
I do.
You know what I got in here? It's potatoes.
I made that reference to Sarah recently. She didn't know what I was talking about.
Oh, that's a shame. We got a special built container with an air conditioner so we can keep them cool, make them last longer. Got a bunch of different varieties in here too, which is super sweet. We got some Purple Majesties here. You want to check through them?
These are the ones I wanted. Amazing. It really is cold in here. Sarah loves.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice. They have so many different ones. I don't even know how to pronounce this one. How do you say that?
Sangre.
Sangre.
They named this one after me.
Taters, part 2.
I'm told the russets I want are in this one.
Ooh, I see them already.
They're beautiful. I'll take them. I don't want that one.
Oh. All right, so we went through the tater closet. What'd you come up with?
The tater closet.
That's a good name.
So I got 3. I got Yukon Golds because
Classic.
Sarah uses these in soups and stews and everything. Russets because I'm a russet boy, like mashed potatoes and baked potatoes are.
Who doesn't?
Russets. And then I wanted a fun one, so I got the Purple Majesty. Apparently they're just as easy to grow. 2 standard ones and a fun one. Now I have to see if I can actually like grow them.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Trav. Well, thank you for making my potato dreams come true. Ow.
You're welcome.
Why?
That was a normal high five.
No, it was really hard.
That's vegan power right there.
It's true. If you need any seeds or anything for growing season, go to reneesgarden.com because as you can see, they literally have everything in here. Thank you, Trav.
You're welcome.
It's been a long time since I've been in a scissor lift.
And we're going all the way up.
I'm scared.
Are you good?
No. I finally feel tall, everybody.
That was pretty impressive. Oh! That was good.
Hey guys, Eric's at a concert this evening, which means Leela and I have the house to ourselves. And I was thinking about doing a lazy girl dinner, but then I remembered we didn't have time to make those spring pot pies the other day, and I have ingredients for those, so I'm gonna make those for dinner tonight. It's very on brand for me. It's like either I'm doing the laziest option or I'm doing the most involved option. There's like no in between. But I'm just gonna take my classic chicken pot pie recipe, revamp it a little with some spring veggies. I have leeks, I'm gonna add some potatoes, asparagus, I have some fresh tarragon. I've actually never cooked with this before, so I took a little nibble out of one and my tongue went numb. I was like, am I having an allergic reaction and I'm alone at home? But no, it's normal for this to make your tongue kind of tingly. Just chicken for the pot pie. This and the Daring chicken, probably my favorite plant-based chicken options on the market today. I also have a loaf of bread going in this bowl here. I'm using the overnight whole wheat bread recipe from flour, water, salt, yeast. It's not a sourdough recipe. It's just a regular whole wheat bread that I'm mixing today. I'm gonna shape it and put it in the banneton and let it proof overnight in the fridge. Hi, Leela. She's got her popsicle back there. She likes to throw things around. Anyway, I'll put the loaf in the fridge overnight and then I can bake it first thing in the morning. And then I'm gonna soak some beans because I wanna make a big pot of brothy beans tomorrow to serve with like a crusty bread. So that's what I've got on the docket this evening. I started off Sunday by replenishing my blueberry syrup. I went through the first batch so fast, so I doubled the recipe this time around. I also reduced it a little less because I wanted it to be more of a true syrup and less jammy. I also baked up the overnight loaf I had proofing in my fridge. I don't think I've ever made a loaf this high a percentage of whole wheat, and it came out kind of flat, but the flavor was really nice. I'm gonna keep working with this recipe. A little later on, we started our batch of brothy beans, and I asked Eric to make them. He seared the aromatics in olive oil to start, then added in the soaked beans. These are Royal Corona beans from Rancho Gordo. He added in chili flakes, fresh rosemary and thyme, bay leaves, veggie broth, and black pepper. These ended up taking quite a while to cook fully, and I realized a little too late that adding in too much acidity early on in the cooking can keep the beans from getting tender.
It smells absolutely incredible.
I know, the entire house smells so good.
It's like the olive oil too that smells so good.
I added a little baking soda to neutralize the acid, and they cooked after that, but we ended up waiting to reheat them the next day to eat them. Alright, that's gonna bring us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know this one was a little chaotic, so if you made it to the end, we love you so much. I will see you in my next video. My birthday's next week, so I'm hoping that I can document some fun birthday festivities. I have been wanting to make like a pretty birthday cake for the past couple of years, and I just never get around to it. So I'm turning 35 this year, kind of a special birthday, so I'm gonna try to actually celebrate, which I normally don't like to do. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.